Ooh, good evening, my friends. It's me, KP, and I'm here in my studio, the Moon and the Maker, home of Art Foamies, and I'm here for Art Foamy Fun because it is Friday, right? Oh my goodness. I want to say hello to everybody. Let me say hi to Anita. Wendy from Bliss Angel Studios is here. Bernadette. Oh my goodness. We have a great group tonight. Catherine is here. Roberta, Christina, Megan, Cindy. And Cindy's even early. Earlier than me. Deborah, Claire, and Mary Lynn. Welcome. All right, so we do have, Maxie Moon is here. We have a fun evening ahead. We do have some new art foamies in the house from Kat Kerr. And I also have a few new things to add to the Foamy Decks collection. So Deb is here, welcome, and Dee Keels from East Texas. All right. So unless anybody has any objections, I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around. And hi, Catherine. And we're going to check out all of Kat Kerr's new images and a few fun Foamy Decks, art foamies for Rolodexy art. All right, let's get started. Now, I do have to tell you that we're just going to have a little fun this evening. I don't have a lot of samples made with Kat's images yet. I'm still working on stuff because you know what? I got a little bit late. I've been really busy this week, and I have to tell you, I was a little bit lazy. Well, I'm never lazy, but I consider, you know, when I sleep my full 7 or 8 hours, I guess I consider it a little bit lazy sometimes. But and the reason why is because Kat did such great samples with her new art foamies that I just rested on my makey laurels. And I didn't really do a lot because she has such great stuff to show. But we will work on some makeys together. And I figured since we were sharing the new Foamy Decks Rolodex outline stamps, that it would be a great sort of mixture, because you all know, if you've been following me or following Art Foamies, then you know how much I am enjoying, loving the Rolodexy art challenge. Okay, and that's really something that's going to be ongoing. So excuse me. You know, so make sure that if you are, you know, loving the Rolodex art, that you follow along for, you know, lots of great art foamy fun makeys and ideas for Rolodexes and so on and so forth. Okay. Sue, welcome. Puffer and Patty. Yes. Oh, yes. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to start. I'm going to move these out of the way. And I'm just going to start by introducing Kat Kerr's new art foamies. She just has, and I shouldn't say just, because it is a really nice collection. It's just not a lot of images, but that's okay, because that way you can collect them all without breaking the bank. Anyway, these are great. I do have to say, one of the things that Kat said about these art foamies is that it represents her favorite things to think about, and that's art making, and art supplies. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead, and I'm going to pull these out, and I'll just share you what I have stamped so far. And again, I encourage you to go over and check out Kat Kerr's page. And, you know, of course, if you don't follow Kat already, make sure that you do that and check out her videos and her samples that she created using this super fun collection. Okay, so first of all, we have the mixed media. And you know what? Let me pull up Art Foamies on my phone over here so I can tell you the names without without getting them all wrong, like I usually do. Oops, wait, I'm in my emails. I don't want that. I need to find artfoamies.com, and we're going to go. So if you want to just see all of Kat's new images, just go to artfoamies.com, and you should be able to go to just the home page, and you'll see all the new stuff pop up. This one is called Art Words, and you can just see that it is a nice background that has all of the mediums. So acrylic, oil, watercolor, gouache, pastels, and markers. I think this will be great for a mixed media journal. You know, and of course as a background, right? So, and as you can see here, I have it stamped, and this was a fun way to do it. I stamped it in multicolor using my Derwents first, just to get a little color, and then I overstamped in black gouache, black gesso, and I really like the way that it overstamped and left, you know, sort of that shadow with the color. So I am going to mount this on a journal. I don't know how many of you, and I don't think I have one here. I should have brought one over. Some of the mixed media journals from Strathmore, okay? I love those journals, but they have the ugliest covers. So I love stuff like this to just, you know, create something kind of fast and pop it right on the cover. All right. So I think that's what I'm going to do with this one, or maybe make my own journal there. And then Catherine already spotted this, and I love this guy. This is an art mannequin, and, you know, it's kind of funny because I actually sort of collect them. And I'll show you a couple of mine I have here in the studio. So you can see I actually collect these guys, and I really love having them. And they're great too. I painted this one, painted the little base, painted it with chalk paint. And I think it makes a really fun statement piece. But, you know, they are really great for posing and using, you know, for reference, you know, for body shape and stuff. So, and I think this one would be really fun. I'm going to tell you that I want to stamp this a few more times because I do feel like we could also cut this up. I'm going to do this for this demo. I'm going to stamp it a couple more times and cut it. I think we can cut it where it's articulated and make different shapes, which I think will be fantastic. I also think this will be great on shrink plastic. I think you can make some really, really fun bracelets or, you know, charms. And so I'm really dying to, you know, do some of that, some of my ideas. I just have not had a chance to, you know, execute all of them so far. But I love this stamp. Great job, Kat. All right. And then we have the splat. The splat stamp. And as you can see, I did turn it into a Rolodexy. And of course, I think that this would be great just right over the top. Or, of course, if you have any of your wonderful ArtFoamy poetry sets, especially if you have, you know, words of inspiration, you could just go ahead and stamp a word right over that. Let's just do it. We'll do it with a little, we'll just do it with the little ink right now. And I might not get the best stamping just because it's a little crusty. I admit, I do let my ArtFoamies get crusty sometimes when I really shouldn't. Oh, not too bad. So that is a fun one. You could, you know, yes, the splat stamp is great. I think it will be also wonderful for the inside of a greeting card, or also to do wrapping paper. If you, hey, Kat, I think this would be such great wrapping paper. You could do it in all different colors. Oh my gosh, Kat, I'm so happy that you're here. Say hello, everyone, to Kat. I did not know that you would be here, so I'm so excited that you are. We love them. And I don't know if you've been following very much on my page at all, Kat, but we've been doing a lot of, we call it Rolodexy, or Rolodex art. And so these are fantastic with the Rolodex, you know, stuff that we've been creating. So I'm very excited to have some of these in my Rolodex, which I am going to pull out and share with all of you as soon as I'm done sharing Kat's creations. Okay. Yes. Great. We love the designs and think that they are really super special for, well, of course, all sorts of applications, because we love all this kind of stuff, but certain ones definitely call to me you know, for certain things. And this splatter is a must have. I think it will make such cute wrapping paper, but also can you see it on pants or a t-shirt? Oh my gosh, in just multicolors, right? Yes. Catherine, I'm so excited. So I do want to tell you one thing normally that I do not do is I normally do not release multiple artists at once. So like I don't want to take anything away from Kat's launch tonight, but I did figure, I know a number of you have been waiting for the Foamy Decks stamps, okay? And so I do think that they are a great match, you know, well, these match with anything really, but do you know what I'm saying? I think these really will help complement and go with this new collection. So that's the only reason why I'm showing the new Foamy Deck stamps at the same time. Normally I would not, you know, I don't want to take anything away, but these aren't exactly like, you know, I don't feel like this is the type of art that's going to take anything away from Kat, right? So anyway, so far I have shared with you the art words, okay, the mannequin, and oh, let me measure these for you so that I can tell you as we're going along the sizes, okay? So let me find my ruler. So this one, that ruler's not long enough. Oh, where did I put it? Okay, here we go. So the art words is about, oh gosh, let's say about almost 5 inches by 7. Okay, so 5 by 7 for the art words. We have your mannequin stands at about 7 inches tall by about 2 1/4 at the widest point. Okay. Your splatter, which again, love. I mean, you know what? Sometimes I just get so upset because I'm like the simplest things, you know, and I'm like, why didn't I think of that? You know, we even had a small, skinny little splatter stamp in the Rubber Moon collection, but I never thought to make it so large, and I just love it. So again, great job. And you know, same with this, like. And you know, I'm teasing. I'm very happy. I love Kat's collection. And I do have to say one other thing. Kat had sent me this in 2 different formats. This is her actual writing. And then she did another one that was just in like different fonts. And she let me choose. And I have to say, Kat, that I love your writing much more than the font. And I hope you do too, because it goes better with the line quality. And I think this is so much more fun than the one with the fonts. Also, I think this is great because remember, you could actually cut this apart, even though there's not any real room between the letters, it still will work if you cut it or tear it, okay, as individual little pieces. So what I'm saying is you could also use these to, you know, label your drawers or put onto your actual, you know, bins of materials and stuff like that. All right. Anyway, I do digress. All right. I'm sorry. I was reading the comments. So your splatter stamp, Kat's splatter stamp is about 5 inches wide at the widest point by approximately 4. Okay. So these are nice sizes, but not like too humongous. You know, they're still, I think, small enough for like card making and yet large enough for journaling, t-shirts, and larger, you know, things where you might want a larger application. All right, the next one we have is the tubes, paint tubes. And again, super just, you know, nice image. And when I say generic, I don't mean this in any kind of derogatory way, because definitely Kat's style is, you know, very recognizable to Kat. So when I say generic, I don't mean that the style is generic, but it's nice because this could be any brand. It could be any color. You could cut this smaller tube out and have a single tube. And great again for shrink plastic. But, you know, and so when I say generic, I just mean that you can turn, you know, use it for your own art, your own creations without it just saying cat cur all over it, and make it something that is yours, which is one of the things that I love about ArtFoamies, right? So again, super cute image, and useful. Great again for so many different applications. And I do also love these labels. Could be cut out. You could actually turn them into little windows and have things and colors behind them. Again, just a nice size, whether it's card making, still good enough for shrink plastic, and again, journaling. All right. So, and you know, I'm just saying it again and repeating myself because I can really see these all stamped like on an apron or a shirt or something a little bit larger as well. Yes, Wendy says, I wonder if you wet the splat and make watercolor Zen bubbles. Definitely. I mean, any of the ArtFoamies, and especially with the thicker, bolder surface, you can do that with. All right. So that was the paint tubes, and those are approximately 3 1/4. Well, let's see, at the widest point, about 3 1/2 by about 5. All right. The next one is the paintbrush with paint. And it is, I like this one too, because keep in mind, if you wanted to not ink, like ink these clotheslines, does this make sense? Like ink this all up, but don't ink the clotheslines. You can make it flow out as large as you would want to. Okay, just by using some other lines, making your own lines. And I love that too. I also love the fact that you can cut this paintbrush out and have a paintbrush without, and you know what, I'm just going to do it while we're talking because I can always, you know, restamp it and do it again. But I love the fact that this, you know, is so versatile that you can cut it and you can have it as just the paintbrush without the paint if you want to. And then, of course, like I said, you could definitely change up the paint if you wanted to do it that way as well and make some of those sort of watercolory Zen bubbles. But isn't that great? I think these would be really cute earrings too with the little shrink plastic. So again, really nice sizes. So you can always add that to it, you know, if you want to or not. All right, and last for this collection, but definitely not least, okay, is her color wheel. And we do have a couple color wheels in the collection for, you know, in the ArtFoamies repertoire, but they're way different. I love the boldness of this. I love how she wrote the word color on the outside, again, because it makes it more versatile. You can, you know, cut this out and have just the wheel if you want to, or have the words around it. This definitely, you know, we've been doing a lot of mandalas in my group this whole month. And so this was really fun, you know, to think of as a mandala as well. And please make sure that you go to Kat's page and check out her sample she did with this. I love it. She sort of did it as her swatching. Okay, so you could do this in a journal and do all your color swatches, okay, or your different colorways. All right, so that is the stamps all stamped out. And like I said, I didn't have any wow factor samples for you because I was leaving that to Kat. I'll work on some of these throughout the week, and I'll be sharing them on the ArtFoamies, you know, pages and ArtFoamies Instagram. Also, I do want to mention something for only people who are here and listening. We do have, you know, we have not been offering specials for new releases, but I wanted to do a little something just because a few of you, and I know this is just a little aside, but I did make a couple of foamy deck stamps that were the solids, okay, that look just like this. I didn't really even realize that, oh, Renee, Kat Kerr, yes, Kat, if you're still here, will you please share your links? And if Kat is not here or, not in on the chat right now, then we definitely will share all of her links, okay? Also, we shared her samples and her video in the listings, okay? Linda, welcome. Terry Dye, I'm sorry I didn't say hello to you, but welcome. Megan, hello. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that about a couple months ago, I did come out with a 2 1/4 by 4 and a 3 by 5 Rolodexy in a solid. Okay. I did that sort of just, to try, I don't know. I did it because sometimes I'm experimenting, I'm trying stuff. I went ahead and released it because I just asked if anybody would be interested. I did not even know or think people would want it or like it or whatever. So since that, so I did them as solids, okay? And you can still use the solids. I don't know how many of you saw me do a demo with the solids, but we went ahead and we did turn them into lines, okay? And I'm going to show you what I mean, or I think you can see what I mean. It's the outline, but you can, of course, use the back as your solid, okay? So I feel really bad because we went ahead and we and I only did it in the 2 sizes, and I'm going to explain all this in just a minute, but the 2 1/4 by 4 and the 3 by 5. We discontinued the solids because you can use the back as your solid. So I wanted to go ahead and give a little discount just in case if you already ordered the solids and you wanted to add these to your collection. I wanted to at least give you a little discount, and if you, whatever, we'll be offering other specials coming up in the future. But for this week, we're just, since we have the new release, I am just offering anybody here a little sort of spontaneous sale. If you use, I'm going to put in the code, okay? And of course, any of my patrons get a permanent discount. So of course, if you're a patron, use your discount, okay? But for anybody else, please use this discount if you would like to. And that should help just a little bit for, if you want to reinvest in some of these or just get some of the new stamps, okay? And that's just something I'm offering to anybody who's here on the live stream tonight. And thank you, as always, for being here. Anyway, I want to show you the outline. So we did do the Rolodexes, and I will be using some of Kat's stamps, and sharing with you and making some Rolodexes here for our little makey, okay? So 4 by 6. This is the 4 by 6, okay? And here is what it looks like stamped out, okay? Now, I'm going to show you also what I like to do sometimes is just stamp it very lightly on a tall piece of paper so that I can make taller Rolodexes, because if you have an open Rolodex, you can go, and it's not in one of those round spinners, you can go pretty much as high as you like, okay? So I'm just showing you that you don't have to be constricted by that size, okay? And that goes for all of your Rolodex stamps. All this is going to do, my friends, is give you the basic shape to work within and give you the spacing for your notches, okay? I want to tell you, and this is super important, especially if you haven't done Rolodexes or you don't, whatever. Some people know this and some people don't. These are not interchangeable. They're not just shrunken down sizes. The tabs or notches, okay, are different on all 3 sizes. So they are not interchangeable, okay? Now, maybe some of you don't have the 4 by 6 Rolodex, but you know somebody who does have it, so you want to make them cards. So that would be the reason why you would want the larger Rolodex, right? Or whatever different sizes. So that can come in handy if you just want to make the different sizes. Okay. So anyway, 4x6. Okay. And here's the 4x6 to give you an idea. And I have a couple actually made up. Okay. So here's the 4x6. Okay. There's that. This is the 3x5. Oh, and I actually have it written on here. 4x6. Okay. 3x5. And here it is stamped out. And here are a couple cards done with it. And I just wanted to show you, this is sort of fun. I had fun making this today because my friend sent me some fun stickers. And I just wanted to make a Rolodex. And she sent me such a beautiful postcard, okay, that I just wanted to save her beautiful note and her beautiful postcard. And I wanted to put her stickers on a 4x6 card and keep it in my Rolodex, you know, so I can keep these things, these memories or whatever. So I just made myself a fast, simple card, stuck those stickers on there. I used my little 4x6 because I'm going to put this in my 4x6 Rolodex. I just used the tab, you know, to do the outline, and then I cut them out. Okay, so I'm just showing you maybe some ideas for how I use my Rolodex. All right, so then my 3x5, here it is. I have a couple cards done with it here too. And this is great. This is made with Yupo, so super fun. Love making the Yupo Rolodex cards. Really fast, really easy, and super fun. And then here, another 3x5, a little pocket, and another 3x5, double-sided, using a bunch of collage sheets, right? Okay, so that's your 3x5, and then here is your 2 1/4 by 4. So yes, Jim is visiting his daughter right now, and I just want to say, I don't know if he'll see this, but we miss you, Jim. Anyway, 2 1/4 by 4, and here's some of the smaller cards. And again, keeping in mind that you do not have to be constricted by your height, okay, if your Rolodex is open. So there's a couple 2 1/4 by 4 cards, and I just wanted to show you, here is the outline, and then here's the solid. Now, of course, they, you know, just outline the notches for you. If you don't have a punch, then you're going to have to fussy cut these just with the small scissors or an X-Acto, okay? I will tell you that it is not perfection when you do it this way, but it works, and it you know, still looks fine. Most of us here are pretty, you know, crafty and can cut with the scissors. So I think it's really a fine way to do it. And there you have your little, again, your 2 1/4 by 4. All right. So let's go ahead and pull some of these out. And I think I do want to, let's turn some of these into some stickers. And we're just going to make a fun, we'll just glue these babies on here and make some fun Rolodex cards using my my 4x6 for this one. And you know, it'd be fun too. You could stamp these out and leave yourself just a little tab on the bottom and just use your punch. You can actually even punch into your images and use them directly in your Rolodex like this. I'm going to pull one of these out. Now this houses the 2 1/4 by 4. Do like just a little flip through so you can kind of see just variations. This is the other thing that I like to do is they do have little Rolodex tabs you can stick on, or you can make your own, and I like to do that too onto pieces that are actual just images. So here is one of Megan Quinlan's images from her pop-up. I just went ahead and punched some notches right in there and use it just straight as a car, you know, as, you know, a little Rolodexy without even that bottom line, right? Super fun. So let's go ahead and do some of these. All right. Actually, I want to stamp this one again. And I'm just going to get a little piece of watercolor paper here. I'm going to stamp this guy. And I think I'm just going to use a little graphite. Let's use our graphite stick. A little water right on here. Yes, Bernadette, that would be so, so cute. Claire, you can find it on the on my Patreon page, but if you wait until after the live, I can, you know, I can message it to you. What are the tabs called? I haven't found them when searching. So Christina, they are very difficult to find. You might want to, and again, if you wait until after, I can message you. But do you remember those punches from that Jackson office supply that we were talking about? Those old vintage punches. I think you might be able to get those tabs there. Linda, you're so funny. Ooh. All right. So then on this one, a couple different ways, of course, that you can go about it. I could stamp my little foamy decks on the back, you know, or whatever, or even just down here on the bottom. I'm not going to go to all that trouble for this. If you do have a punch, a Rolodex punch, and again, depending on what size that you want to make it, okay, you can just leave a little tab. And I'm not gonna fussy cut this right now really perfectly. I'm just gonna be kind of quick, and I can go back and cut it better later. Okay, so leave a little tab like that. I do, and I know this is kind of silly, but I do want to get my corner rounder. Just because I like rounding the corners, I think it looks a little nicer, more profesh. And then depending on what size you want to make it, do I want it to go into my 3x5? Or do I want it to go into my, no, I don't want it to go in my small one. It's too small, or it's too big for that. I think I want it to go into my 3x5. So I'm going to pull that out and share this with you. I know I've shared this with you a couple times before, but again, you can see how I have the height kind of built up. And so I feel like this would be really cute in here. And we'll go right here to April, and you can see, yes, that'll fit. Of course, I am going to trim it up a little bit better, but that'll be great. So I am going to take my punch. Now, if you don't have a punch, of course, you can take your foamy decks. I would just ink this up on the back a little bit, okay? Or when I say ink it, you can do it however you want. Just gonna put that on there like that, and and that will give me my tabs to cut out if you don't have a punch, okay? So let's go ahead, and again, because the punches are, the 3x5 punches are really hard to come by, okay? So hopefully one of these days somebody will come out with one. It is very difficult to have a punch made, I have been finding out. So, all right. And then, of course, I do want to go back and trim this a little bit nicer, right up to my edges even, you know, and really fussy cut it a little bit better. And then, of course, I want to go in and paint this. And the paper I used is a little bit flimsier than I would like. So honestly, if I'm going to put this in my Rolodex, I'll probably back it with something, maybe even some sticker paper. I don't know. Many of you know that I do love to make my own sticker paper using like adhesive sheets. So a lot of times, you know, I'll just adhere some nice sticker paper on the back, or maybe a nice gel print, something like that, okay? So I do hope that at least sharing that little tip with you will help. And then, of course, you know, it doesn't really matter if it is, you know, shows in the back, although, again, you can, you know, finish off your back, which sort of goes without saying, right? I think you can figure that out on your own. Ooh, yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Linda, for doing that. All right, my friends, let's finish fussy cutting this and finish our Rolodexy. So a couple fun things, and you know that I love doing this with this graphite especially, is painting over it with a little watercolor. So but we're just going to splash it on there. And of course it's a color wheel, so I'm going to do my little rainbow. Remember that graphite will still move. It is water soluble, so I am not worried if it does smush a little bit. I'm okay with that. Sort of like that look sometimes. So I don't know, I don't know how many of you know this, but our AC is not working right now. It's so funny because we're supposed to have an estimate this coming week for a new AC unit. And I was just telling my husband, like, oh, you know, maybe it's okay. Maybe we should just put that off and do some other stuff first and not worry about the AC unit. And it is so hot in here right now. I am literally dying. And so, I'm rethinking the whole AC unit thing. Yes, I'm sweating. So I am like, I feel like I ran a marathon in here. Yes, no, you cannot use two. I'm so sorry, but you cannot use two discounts at once. It only allows you to type in one discount code at a time. So yes, thank you for asking though. And I appreciate that, you know, you would want to. I would love to do that too. But I think most carts honestly are like that. I'm just going to go ahead and smush my gray graphite all the way around. All right, and then I'm gonna let some of it sort of, I kind of wanted a little bit of it to splatter out, or not splatter, but bleed out just a little bit past the line, if I can make that happen. Well, maybe that other little splatter stamp would have been fun too. Maybe I have to try that. And a little red. I'm going to let that dry because I do, I'm going to write some stuff on the back and maybe even again put that splatter stamp on the back. I'm not sure. I'm going to set this aside to dry because I do also want to stamp this guy a couple times and see about cutting him up for changing his posture or, changing his stance and stuff. So let's try it. I had it in my mind and just didn't try it, and so I really want to. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to take a little ink for this guy. Patty! Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. How have you been? We need to do some new Patty Parrish art foamies soon too, Patty. I know you've been so busy, but I bet so many of your your followers and your people would love it. Diana, welcome. All right, so that's a nice stamping there. And again, if you stamp this on shrink plastic and, I'd maybe stamp it a few times onto some shrink and then cut it up and shrink the parts separately. Oh my gosh, you could articulate them. I think it would be such a fun project and it would make really cute charms. And I love Bernadette's idea too about having like the paint tubes and the paintbrush as sort of, mismatched yet still, cohesive set of earrings or something like that would be so, so cute. Charms, really cute little charms. I think a whole little mixed media bracelet would be so cute. I wish I would have had a chance to do that and share it with you. You know what? I'll try to do that this week and share it on the ArtFoamies page. So, I know pretty much all of you do follow along and check out our samples that we share, on ArtFoamies Instagram and, all of our social media. So I promise if I do that or when I do that, I am going to definitely do it. When I do it, I will obviously send pictures to Kat as well. So anyway, I think that would make such a cute charms. What can I say? And the nice thing is too that even though I am fussy cutting, it's pretty simple. It's not super, it's a little bit detailed, but it's big enough openings and stuff to where I'm not going crazy. And I definitely can still use, this larger scissor. I don't have to break out the X-Acto, which is kind of nice. It is now pouring down rain here. Oh, Patty, oh my gosh, I'm sorry to hear that. I knew that you were, going through a lot, but I was hoping that it was somewhat calmed down for you by now, but hopefully she will be okay and you will not have to be so stressed soon. All right. So there, yeah, it is a lot. Life can really throw you for a loop sometimes, I know. All right, so let's cut this guy apart. Let me get another piece of paper. I do kind of want to, it might be a little big for a Rolodex. So we won't do them on a Rolodexy, but I feel guilty cutting them apart now. But I do think it's going to work. And of course, you know, you can look at your little guy. You can actually get your mannequins, and so I might have to cut the other arm off too, right? So that I can then, yes, you could have his little arms going up. Isn't it great? Oh my gosh, I had a feeling. And that's even better than I thought. It's so fantastic. So, and yes, and you could also, let's see, I guess you could do it with the legs. Like you could kick up his legs. You could also, I guess, cut his head and even change up. Well, you might have to cut off his little neck too to change the direction. But I think it can be done. But yeah, that way, if you want him sort of looking the other way, have his little arms up. Ah, that is so, so cute. Yes, and you could use little brads, or you could use, what are those called? The little things that open like that. I mean, you'd have to get tiny ones, but that would be so, so cute. You could also even, I guess, go ahead and let's see, have them bend over. So yes, you could also go ahead and, you know, just cut it all apart, and you can have them bending any which way. You can cut the arms even, you know, and have them on his hips, you know, because sometimes I do, I'll move these guys all different ways. And you might have to trim up the little edges or something like that, but really, really fun, and will really suit. Also, the great thing about doing it this way, yes, jump rings, I think if you're going to make charms will be great. But one of the things I was going to tell you is if, you know, you're wanting to make you're invited, I don't know, whatever kind of card, you can really suit the body to the sentiment, right? So I think it would just be so fun. And what a great, you know, and I don't know if Kat is still here or not, but remember her last launch, oh my gosh, she did some other pieces that were just like a vase, and I just put them together in such different ways. I love looking at stamps and just thinking like, how can I use this in a myriad of different ways? So I do think this is a really, really fun and a must-have stamp. Look at that, he just moved. For all kinds of things. And also, look, if you don't want to use the body, the legs, you don't have to. I also think it would be super fun to use the little legs on other stuff. So maybe you even have, oh gosh, I don't know. I don't have anything like right on my desk handy, but you know, if you had the top, even something like this, and then you could put the little legs on the bottom, it would be just, you know, funny, right? So you can use these or the topper for different stuff. Anyway, it's just a thought, but a fun thought nevertheless. Oh my gosh, it is literally pouring outside so hard. It looks like there is good. It's like a monsoon. Unbelievable. I mean, it was clear when I came on, and now it is, I can't even see outside. Oh my gosh. Anyway, all right. So that is the mannequin, my friends. And again, right when I looked at it, I was like, yes, articulate. It will be so great in a myriad of ways. And last but not least, I do want to make one more card for my large, or my 4x6 Rolodex. So I'm going to take my corner rounder again. I'm going to round these corners just because I think, again, it looks nicer. It's a little more pro. And I don't have a puncher at all for the 4x6. I don't even know if one exists. So I'm going to use my scissors. Cut those tabs and just trim it to the outline. And I'm going to cut this a little bit better too. Sorry, I know I feel like all you're doing tonight is watching me cut stuff out. Sorry about that. I do like Kat's really bold lines on her images because it does make it really nice to cut out. And, you know, if you trim a little bit of it off, even, you know, no one is the wiser for it. So that makes it really great. Yes, tiny brads would be great. Or again, if you wanted to use little jump rings where they could sort of dangle, that would be super cute. Oh gosh, the sky's the limit. You all, you know, this is the deal. I just come on here, I show you the images, I talk to you, maybe do a little whatever, a little demo, a little makey, talk to you about some of the possibilities, and then I love seeing what you all create. You know, yeah, I love leaving the rest to you all. All right, I'm going to use that splat stamp. Where did it go? Well, I don't know. Well, maybe I think I'm going to use the words on one side and the splat on the other. I'm going to take I want to make a rainbow splat. Okay, so I am going to make myself a new little rainbow scrap buddy. Okay. So I'm going to take a scrap buddy. I do kind of want a long one. Mr. Moon gave me all short scrap buddies. Okay, I'm going to turn this into a rainbow pad. Again, using my Moon Glow. These are my Moon Glow Extra Bright Dye Ink Re-Inkers. And so I'm going to use my Pink Crush, my Coral Fire, okay, my neon, or my Yellow Sunshine, and I do often let it sort of overlap. So I'm running my yellow down a little bit further. I overlapped it onto my orange. I'm going to go ahead and use just a little bit of blue. It's called Blue Moon. And I'm going to go over the top of my yellow, and that's going to create a green. Okay, a really pretty green actually. And then I'm going to go down with my blue a little further. Okay, and I'm going to mix it again with my Pink Crush, and that's going to give me a beautiful purple. Okay. All right. And then I'm just going to use I'm going to clean this off. I think I might have had a little bit of Derwent or something on here. or ink pad or something. So I'm going to wipe that. I'm going to clean it with a little bit of rubbing alcohol and a baby wipe. All right, so that should be good. Still got a little color off that. All right, so just blotting it off. And now I'm going to take my little rainbow scrap buddy and we're going to make a nice juicy, and it, you know, it's honestly might be a little bit too wet. So I'm just sort of blotting there, and you can see it's very, very wet. Okay. So I am going to take a little piece of newsprint and I'm going to blot some of that off. All right. Just because I don't need it to be so wet. All right. And that's, look at that. Whoa. So sometimes when I do a brand new pad like that, I do like to smush some of it out. All right. Keep in mind, this will give me a lot of color for a while. I can even spray a little rubbing alcohol on that and it will reactivate it and make it really bright again. Okay. Ooh, yes, you could use a brush for the body, adding the arms and legs. That would be so cool too. What a creative idea, Cindy. Patty, thank you so much. Yes, Patty says, don't forget to hit the like button. All right, so you got a beautiful splatter stamp. And then, of course, you know, I am going to want to, and I think I'm going to want to re-stamp some of these in black, okay? So, because I think the black will look nicer over the top. So let me go ahead. I'm going to end up having to do this on this side. Now I don't want to cover this. I'm going to put this on this side. And you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to try this. It's going to probably soak through, but I'm going to try it anyway. Oh, I just got it muddy. Oh, well. Well, it did soak through to the other side, so that's too bad, but it's okay. And I am going to just glue this on here, I think. I don't know what to do with this side. I'm just, yeah, the splat was gorgeous till I just smeared ink all over it, but that's okay. I can do it again. I don't know. I'm here just playing. I told you I was just going to make some Rolodexes and have some fun with cat stamps. So that's all I'm doing. I just don't like that on there. I think I'm just going to have to make another something else. All right. I just can't decide, to be honest. I'm going to use a little black gouache. I keep saying gouache. I think I'm going to use a little black gesso just because I want a nice dark line. So I'm going to take Kat's art words and I'm going to load up some black gesso here. And I don't need to ink all of it up because obviously all of it is not going to fit. So I'm just going to do these, I think. I think just the paintbrush over the splat a bit looks good, and brush on one side tubes on the other. Yeah, that would be cuter, right? I just can't decide. Sometimes that's the hardest part, is really just deciding. Ooh, it looks so good over those colors. And where did I put that guy's body? Let's see. This would be cute. I was just thinking if we could somehow, I don't know. Put him on here. I don't know what I'm doing now. I'm just messing around. That's pretty cute, I have to admit. And then we'll just do one. Oh, where did I put that other guy? We'll maybe put these back here. That's what I'll do. I'm going to paint the, I'm going to put a sticker on this. I'm going to cover this whole thing with sticker paper. And let's see if I have some here that will cover. No, I don't have a big enough piece. Well, anyway, I'm going to put a piece of big sticker paper over the back of this. Seeing if I could line these two up. Well, I don't know. I'm just going to finish putting something on the back of this, okay? And then I do want to put these tubes and this watercolor brush on here. So I think that's what I'm going to do for this one. And then I am going to glue this little guy on here. And maybe put a word or something up there. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. And then look at, I will have myself 3 Rolodexes. I do want to show you though how I'm going to create this watercolor paper. I'm going to just take another sheet of that thinner watercolor paper. I'm going to take a piece of, oh my gosh, I have to find it here. Give me 1 second. I have this whole pack of it. Today when I started, but now I don't know where I put it, of course. Well, you might not get to see the sticker paper because I can't find my adhesive sheets now. And of course, the story of my life is that I just had it. As you can imagine, oh, here we go. Yay! So this is the stuff. And so I shared this the other day on my Patreon. So for those of you who were asking about this, I did order some, okay? So be watching for it in my shop in about a week or so, okay? But it's this stuff. It's double-sided adhesive sheets. So I'm going to peel off part of it here. All right, and okay, so now this is watercolor paper, but it's a sticker. All right, so and the reason why I'm doing this is so it will be a lot firmer and just make a nicer card. And then I can decorate and color on the back and it will, you know, not be so flimsy. And I can also actually turn some of these. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put this right on here too. Turn that into a sticker as well. And look, you get to watch me cut some more. Huh. All right. So I hope that you all have a makey weekend planned. I wanted to let you know that it is my birthday weekend. So Tuesday is my birthday. So for those of you who join me every day for makeys over on my Patreon, please give me the weekend to get my schedule up. And then hopefully if you want to come over to the after party, we are going to have a little after party over on Zoom. We can hang out and I can show you some of the other stuff that we're making. But I hope that you all have a makey weekend planned and you get to do some fun stuff. I think it's supposed to be kind of yucky weather around, so I think we're mostly going to hang out and, you know, just, I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. I don't really have any birthday plans. I don't know. It's just another birthday. It's not really that big of a deal. Although I will say it is kind of a big deal because I'm going to be turning 57, which is sort of a milestone for me because those of you who know me know that my mom did never make it to 57. So 57 is sort of, I'm really happy to be making it. Knock on wood. Anyway, yeah, I mean, it's really sad. I don't mean to laugh. My mom's been gone for a long time now. I still miss her every single day. And you know, it's really sad to lose your mom so young. But, you know, I'm just happy that I can be a little bit healthier than she was, you know? Sue says, happy birthday. Enjoy whatever you do or don't do. Thank you. Well, you know, I don't know. I think I'm just going to enjoy being alive. How about that? And I'll definitely try to do some makeys. I just want to say really quickly too, while Kat is still here hanging around, thank you so much for your contributions to ArtFoamies. We really enjoy your imagery and your style. So I'm super excited that you came out with these stamps and let us bring them to the Makey community. Thank you so much, Christina. Oh my gosh. Oh, also before I let you all go, I want to remind you about the freebies. If you order $20 or more worth of ArtFoamies, you do get a freebie each month, okay? Now keep in mind, this Claudia is still the March freebie. So it goes through tomorrow. So this is the April freebie, okay? And I don't have it stamped out that well. I mean, I have it stamped cute, but it did get a little schmickus on there, so sorry about that. But it is a little balloon, and the reason we did a balloon is because it's my birthday month, and also it is going to be ArtFoamies, our 3rd anniversary of owning ArtFoamies. So thank you, Patty. Thank you so much. So we didn't have a little balloon, so I thought that would be super cute, and that is the April freebie, okay? So if you still order today, you're going to get the Claudia, which was the March stamp, and then if you order tomorrow or anytime in April, you're going to get the balloon. Okay, so I want to just say thank you again. Now, I will show you this. I do have it pretty trimmed up. I will have to, you know, fussy cut it a little bit more if I want it to be perfect. But anyway, this does make it a lot heftier, okay? And then on the back, as you can see, it's not all, you know, not all smooshed up. So now I can go ahead and mount my stuff on there if I want to. I don't know. I'm still not 100% convinced that this is what I want back here, but we'll see. Once I get it all put together, okay, now of course I can't find half the stuff I just had in my hand, but once I get everything put together, my little brush. Oh, you know what? That was on that sticker paper. Where'd I put it? Did I throw it away? I did. I threw it in the trash. Oh my gosh. I am a wreck. Okay. So anyway, if I want to go ahead and finish it off with my little brush, which I do, I still want to paint this or color it with something. And this too. And I'm thinking I want to do it with acrylic just because I want it to be kind of, you know, a little thicker and bright. So I might acrylic these, the acrylic paint. I don't think you've ever watched me cut out this much stuff. Oh, bye, Maxie. I didn't know you were still here. Thanks for coming, honey. All right. Anyway, so yeah, I'll figure this out. I'll paint them. I'll mount them. Maybe even, I don't know, do some stenciling or some writing. I'm not sure yet, but I will finish them up and I will take pictures and I'll share them on our social media and our, you know, Facebook and our Instagram page. Please make sure that you follow us and like us. We really appreciate that. And let me pull out my little guy again here. Put him on here just so you can kind of get the visual one more time. All right. And there you go. And let's turn this over too, just so we can have it looking a little cuter. All right, you get the idea, and you got 3 different sizes of foamy dexes to choose from, as well as these fun and fabulous Cat Kerr mixed media maker art foamies. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around. I want to see if there's any thoughts or questions before we go. Yes. Well, Sue, you can get splatters, you know, in rubber stamps, and there's other sorts of splatters that you can get. I'm sure even some stencils. This one is just great. Again, I think because of being able to fit words and things like that in there, and will make, you know, a lot, take up a lot more space if you're trying to do something bigger. For example, like I said, some wrapping paper or something like that. So sometimes having that little bit bigger of a surface covered is nice as well. So I thank you all for hanging out with me and coming over here to see what's happening on ArtFoamies Fun Friday. Don't forget, I did give you a special code for a 10% discount at artfoamies.com if you use let's see, what was it again? Let's see. Let me see what it said. I can't remember. Fun AF 10. That's what it is. Fun AF 10. There we go. Fun AF 10. There you go. Okay, let's see. Yes, Catherine, you'll have to grab that. And I can't wait to see what you make with it. All right, let's turn this camera back around. Yes, please, please make sure that you all post and share what you make with your art foamies, and definitely tag art foamies, you know, so that we can share as well. I thank you all for hanging out with me. I hope you have a great weekend, and you know the deal. Stay safe, stay sane, stay makey. Thank you to Cat Kerr for coming tonight, and of course for her wonderful images. And Patty Parrish, if you're still here, thank you for coming on and saying hello also. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I'll see you real soon. Bye. If you're coming to the after party, come on over. I know we're running a little bit late, so give me just a few minutes and I'll pop on over there too. Bye, everyone.